You know the answer? Bidding? Oh, I thought this was a great movie. I'll come to you, but he's already put up his hand, so I don't expect you to get any great chance.
10.
10. 10. You are 10. Now, what is the number? Question number is 11, so it goes anti-clockwise. You can take the question. Ben Kingsley, good. Second question. Who won the Oscar? Okay, we'll give him 10 points. 5 divided by 2 into 2. You know?
Bhanu.
Wonderful. Great. Great. Sir, the question to you, under what head Bhanu Athaya won the award? No idea. You can give us? On the mic.
Costume design.
Wonderful. Great. Great. I now go to the last question. Before I go to the last question, you can read the points now. She'll quickly read the points. And after I do the last question, while she totals up to find out who is... Okay, don't give the points now. While she later totals up to find out who's first, who's second, who's third, who's fourth, I'll put out a question to the audience. Okay? Let's run video number 12. This is to Team D. Play that out.
भारत और वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में सिर्फ एक पेनल्टी स्ट्रोक का फासला।
इंडिया पाकिस्तान से एक गोल पीछे चल रहा है। कैप्टन कभी खुद स्ट्रोक ले रहा है।
उस हाथ का बोझ कितना भारी है ये शायद दुनिया में समझ नहीं आए। ये शॉट लेफ्ट की तरफ मारेगी, इसकी हॉकी स्टिक लेफ्ट को है। हाँ, लेकिन इसका पैर तो राइट की तरफ है, राइट को शॉट मारेगी। नहीं, लेफ्ट की तरफ हॉकी, राइट लेफ्ट। या खुदा, ये तो सीधा शॉट लेगी। विद्या, विद्या मेरी तरफ देखो। विद्या, लुक एट मी।
Now is the question. That's perhaps one of the greatest movies that at least I've seen. This movie was inspired by an actual event that happened in the finals of a hockey tournament against Pakistan. India lost 1-7. India went into mourning and the goalkeeper went into hiding. You have to name the tournament and you have to name the goalkeeper. This movie is from a real life event. There were some modest modifications to that. No, I'm not asking you the movie. Movie everybody knows is Chak De India. You have to name the tournament where that event happened, where India lost 1-7, and you have to give the name of the goalkeeper. You would bid? You will bid? Will not bid. You will bid? For the very last question, no, it should be the most exciting one. Nobody is bidding. You are bidding? You are telling us the answer? What? Aslam? Not Aslam Khan. Sorry? Yeah, Ranjan is right. Ranjan who? Wonderful. Ranjan Negi was the goalkeeper. And there were a lot of charges against him saying that, no, yeah, typical way the Indians work. Today, of course, we have lost interest perhaps in hockey. But back in 1982, when the game was played, India was very, very fascinated by hockey. And people said Ranjan Negi had taken money. Ranjan Negi went into hiding. And then one bright morning, Shah Rukh Khan said that we need to do justice to Negi. And then he came out with this movie. I'll show one last video. I want you to see the video. Thrown to anybody in the audience who can give us the answer. We'll do the last question. This is to no team. She will in the meantime find the score. Can you play the video? And once the video is played, I'll tell you what the question is. Oh, really? Okay, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. No, don't play that. That's a 20-minute clipping. And you will have to 20 seconds, sorry, 20-second clipping, and then I'll give you the question. Yeah, please run it. Which company? Yamaha. Yamaha is wrong. Hero Honda is good. Let's give them all a big hand. We have the scores. I'll just read. You can read out the scores.
Team A leading with 108 points,
108.
followed by Team D at 56 points.
I told you to take chances.
Team B 42 and Team C 30 points.
No, I think you'll have to repeat.
Team A 108 points, followed by Team D 56 points, Team B 42, Team C 30.
Okay, all right, fine. So I have enjoyed this completely. I'm sure these guys also enjoyed. I hope that you all liked it. Thanks a lot for being so very participating.
Sir, even though it is not announced before, we would like to present a gift vouchers to the participants of quiz. We have gift vouchers here now. I would like to request CA Gopal Krishnan Raju sir, Regional Council member, to accompany CAV Patabiram sir to present gift vouchers to the participants. Welcome you, sir. Announced here, Gopal Krishna Raju sir is going to accompany CA Babu K Deva sir. We request you, CA Babu K Deva sir, also to join in presenting the gift vouchers. We are presenting for the winners of the quiz 1,000 rupees gift voucher. And we would like to request Patabiram sir to present 750 rupees gift voucher to the runners of the quiz competition. And 250 rupees each for this team, and who is in the third position and who is in the fourth position. We don't want to call it as a contributors, because valuable participants for keeping us awake after having a good lunch. So we would like to request you to stay back for a lucky dip. We would like to have, and before going for a lucky dip, I request CA Babu K Deva sir to present a memento to our CAV Patabiram sir as a token of love and affection. Can we expect a big round of applause? Even bigger, even more. Hey, coffee is waiting for us. Come on, yeah. Sir is picking one coupon. You'll see, he's mixing everything. Sir, polls are reading, sir.
Condition is, he or she should be here, at present here. Otherwise, they will be given to others. Srinidhi, SOR number 4049393. She has to give mobile number. We have mobile number. She has to tell. Srinidhi, N, SORO number 0493973. Each session we have lucky dip. And tomorrow evening, we have special lucky dip, mobile phone. Please, you have to be here, evening session. So there is a special mobile phone, which mobile and all, we will tell you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Ms. Shivani to propose a formal vote of thanks to CAV Pattabhiram sir.
After a huge meal, everyone's mind was set to sit back and relax. But instead, this session was so entertaining and exciting that all were sitting at the edge of their seats thinking the answers. I take this wonderful opportunity to thank Mr. C.A. Pattabhiraman sir for spending his valuable time with us. I also thank the participants for taking part in the competition.
Thank you so much. We are moving to technical session on direct taxation. We have wonderful student speakers from across the India are going to present their papers. I hope your same support as we contributed for quiz competition. Please stay back and wait for a few minutes. We'll have a technical session on direct taxation.
Tax directed at source. He is from Delhi and he is a qualified BCom honors. He also has experience attending various CA conventions at Delhi, Ranchi, Hubli and Vijayawada. He is presently pursuing his articles in Gupta, Garg and Agarwal Associates. I request Mr. Nikhil Joshi to come to the dais. I also extend a great pleasure welcoming a second student presenter, Marilyn Sabrina. Marilyn Sabrina is here to present a paper on transfer pricing issues and complications. She has delivered a talk on investing in share markets organized by ICAI and has won the second place. She also has presented a paper on the topic debt and equity financing at St. Joseph's College, Trichy and has won the first place. She is also the best outgoing student for the batch 2009 and 12. She is presently pursuing her articles in Yognath and Ram, Chennai. I extend a great welcome to Ms. Navina M. She is presently pursuing her articles in Chechani and Co. She is pursuing BCom with University of Madras. She has completed a CA IPCC in May 2015 and has secured All India 46th rank. Thank you, speakers. Now I request Mr. Nikhil to escort our session chairman, Mr. G.G. Suresh, to the dais. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. I now invite Mr. Nikhil to introduce our session chairman.
Success is not built on success. It's built on failure. It's built on frustration. Being CA students, we can relate to it. A very good afternoon, everyone. I take pride in introducing one of the most esteemed faculty member, Mr. C.A. T.G. Shrishti sir. I welcome you for the National Convention named Shrishti, and the theme Arise, Awake and Achieve. He's fondly known as TGS. He's also called as Capital Suresh by some students for his rich haul of knowledge in the subject. He acts as a guiding force for both members of the faculty and the student community. He's a triplet and has presented a lot of papers, income taxes, and also contributed articles in Business Line and magazines. He has been in teaching professionally and also has an experience as well for past 2 decades. He has authored books in income tax and direct taxes, which are widely used by many CA students. He also appeared before CIT and ITAT on various taxation matters and has a very successful record. I request Sri T.G. Suresh sir to take forward the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nikhil. I now request Mr. Nikhil to honor our session chairman. Thank you, sir.
Good evening. So I think after Vataviram's mind-blowing post-lunch discussion, I think it's slightly difficult for these people to really take forward from there. All of us know it's very easy to move with Vataviram on Facebook. For the first time, I think most of us are seeing one face-to-face. But it was such a wonderful session. I think it's going to take some time for them to come, especially after seeing some advertisements which not only the participants but also all of you seem to be sticking on to. So from moving on to a technical session of tax deducted as source, as well as transfer pricing and interest system are not going to be that easier for you. Therefore take 1 or 2 minutes time off, but I think we should allow the young speakers a great opportunity to settle down. Now this tax deducted as source being the first topic, you're going to speak the first one, is it? Nikhil, you are the first, yeah. Now just to give a small briefing of tax deducted as source, which basically most of the people don't want to pay tax. Now once the money reaches you, you always ask the question, now whether there are any roads, whether there are any lights. So therefore one way of making the people pay the tax is that before the money reaching them, the government wants to take it. Now this concept was pioneered by US called as withholding tax. In India it was slightly modified and called as a tax deducted source. The government has got a target of close to 60% of the total tax collected they want to be by way of tax deducted at source. So let's not delay the session further. So I just give Nikhil Joshi the mic to hand over. I'll give you 15 minutes time plus another 2 minutes time. So let us keep on to this time. 3:50, 4:10 maximum. Right, over to you.
How are you people? Okay, I am Nikhil Joshi, belonging from the heart of the India, Delhi, standing in front of you to discuss with certain provisions relating to the TDS. So shall we begin? Yes. Okay. So let us discuss the general provisions. What is the meaning of the TDS? TDS means tax deducted at source. It is governed by CBDT and the Department of the Revenue. In this, there are two parties involved. First is deductee and second is deductor. Deductee is whom payment is to be made after deduction of a TDS, and deductor is who paid the consideration after deduction of the tax. Okay, let us understand the concept of TDS by a small example. This, you know this building? It is from your city, Chennai, Taj Hotel, remember? And the second one, you know him? Who is he? Yeah. So let's take a hypothetical example. Mrs. Junior NTR is working for Taj Hotel. So he's working for Taj Hotel. He's receiving in consideration some remuneration. So for the remuneration, we can call Taj Hotel as a payer who pay the consideration to the Mr. Junior NTR, and Mr. Junior NTR, we call Mr. Junior NTR as a payee who receive the consideration after deduction of certain amount. But according to the Income Tax Act, what happens? Mr. Junior NTR at the last of the year goes to his accountant and tell, I just received this amount of income from the Taj Hotel. So let us compute my tax according to the Income Tax Act. So the accountant put down all the incomes and calculate his tax. After calculating his tax, the accountant deposit the tax. This is the old concept as per the Income Tax Act. But now, with the introduction of the TDS, everything is changed, and we can call it is a twisting effect. So with this, now NTR don't have to pay the tax, but the pay, that is the Taj Hotel, has to pay the tax. They have to compute the tax on the expenses, not on their income, but on the income of somebody else, and they have to pay the tax. This is all the concept of the TDS. Now, today, what we discuss, we are discussing only 5 points. Firstly, when TDS is to be deducted, and second, on which payment it is deducted. Third, due date of deposit of the TDS. Fourth, filing of return. And the fifth and the most important, which will help us in our office how to deal TDS in other office. Firstly, discuss one by one. When TDS is to be deducted, it is divided into three parts. At the time of payment or credit, whichever is earlier. There are certain expenses which should be deducted at the time of credit or payment, whichever is earlier. What is the meaning of at the time of credit? As we everybody know that we are following mercantile basis of accounting, so we record the expenses on accrual basis. So expenses are not incurred, but we record that. So in these expenses, if they are recorded, but they are actually not paid, so we have to deduct the TDS on that amount. So what are these expenses? For example, securities, contractors, interest on other than securities, insurance commissions, lottery commissions, rent, professionals. These are the expenses. The second one is at the time of payment or distribution. In this only we have one thing, section 194 for dividend. And the third one is at the time of payment. So in this we have the entire list. The list is, for example, in the case of salary, in the case of immovable property, who is less than 50 lakh rupees, in the case of winning from lottery, in the case of NCC, in the case of mutual fund, UTCC. So these are the three cases when we have to deduct the TDS. After going further, for deducting of the TDS, now we have to understand on which payment, on which expenses we have to deduct the TDS. So the first, I just tell you the section 192A. Section 192A says that if there is any premature withdrawal of any EPF, then the TDS shall be deducted by whom? By EPFO, that is Employer Provident Fund Officer. And from who is the deductee? Deductee is the residence. And what is the rate of deduction? It is 10%. And what is the threshold limit? What is the meaning of threshold limit? Threshold limit, in this it is 30,000. It is increased to 50,000 with effect from 1/6/2016. Threshold limit means up to this TDS is not deducted. After this TDS will be deducted. I divide this thing further in my slides in four parts. Give me a second. Okay, in 4 parts. Section 194B. In the case of nature of winning from lottery, crossword puzzle, the rate is 30% and the threshold limit is 10,000. Section 194BB, winning from horse race, the rate is 30% and the threshold limit is got increased from 5,000 to 10,000 with effect from 1/6/2016. Section 194C, payment to contractor, subcontractor. The rate shall be, in the case of individual or HUF, it is 1%. In other case, it is 2%. The threshold limit is, for the single transaction, it is 30,000 rupees, and for the total financial year, it is 75,000 rupees, which has got increased with effect from 1/6/2016 to 1 lakh rupees. Section 194D, insurance commission. The rate is 10%, which has got reduced from 1/6/2016, and the threshold limit is 20,000, which also get reduced from 15,000. Now the section 194EE. The nature of payment is payment to NSC, payment for NSC, National Saving Schemes. We got also deduction in that. Section 80 CCA. There are second payment is section 194F. In this, payment for unit of mutual funds or UTI. We also get deduction in section 80 CCB. The rate shall is got decreased from 20% to 10% with effect from 1/6/2016, and the threshold limit is 2,500 rupees. Section 194H. It deals with commission, brokerages. The rate is 10%, which got reduced to 5%, and the threshold limit is 5,000, which got increased to 15,000 with effect from 1/6/2016. The next one is section 194G, which deal with commission on lottery. The rate are same, but the threshold limit is 1,000 rupees, which got increased with effect from 1/6/2016. The next one is section 194I. It deals with the payment to rent. The rate shall be, in the case of machinery, plant, it is 2%. In the case of land and building, it is 10%. The threshold limit is 1,80,000. And the next one is section 194J. The nature of payment is payment for fee for professional services, technical services, royalty, commission to the directors. The rate is 10% and the threshold limit is 30,000, but it is not, this limit is not applicable in the case of director. But the one more case, or if in this deductor is any person other than individual or the HUF. If it is an individual or HUF, in the case of individual HUF, if their sale and the gross receipt is exceeding rupees 1 crore rupees or 50 lakh, then they have to deduct, otherwise not. Moving further, we are discussing our third thing, due date of deposits of the TDS. I divide this thing in two parts. Firstly, in the case of government deductee, means government company. Second is in the case of other deductee, if the TDS is of the month of the March, then in the case of government deductee, the date is 7th of the next month. That is March, the 7th of the April. In the case of other deductee, the date is 30th April. So you have to deposit the TDS for the March 30th April. In the case of other month, so the time period is provided for the next 7th of the next month. That is, if in the TDS is of January, then you should deposit the TDS on 7th of February. But one case in the government company is that if the tax TDS is deposited without challan. What is the meaning of without challan? We call it treasury challan. Treasury challan means if I go to the designated bank and ask to the bank to deposit my TDS, certain amount of TDS to this account. So it is an offline mode, so deposit the TDS. So in that case, the same time period is provided. The same day is provided. Certain other provisions relating to due dates are, the tax is deposited in challan number 281. If there is any excess of amount, it should be claimed in form number 20.